brotherhood.
Good morning. I figured out the background music. Can you tell? Yay! I'm just gonna do my little happy dance. What do you think? You like it? Is it too loud? Let's find out. That stupid honey ad keeps popping up. I'm just gonna turn it down a little more because I can't tell how loud it is. What's up, guys? Good morning. It's me, Danny, and I'm back with your daily dose of dork, your morning nerdy news show. How's everyone doing? Just okay? Did you sleep okay? In about 10 minutes, we can go live on TikTok again after my week-long ban for talking about fire. Do me a favor before we go any further. Do me a huge solid and give me a big fat thumbs up in that thing down there, that box where it says like it. Yeah, like it. If you're new, I hope you subscribe and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more nerdy content. Yeah. And just to remind you, we still have some giveaways going on. The first one was for Patreon. If you join the Patreon, the next person, there's only one person left. We've got 2 new patrons. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Backyard Artist and Andrew Haley for joining the Patreon. If you join the mid-tier level of my Patreon, I will allow you to pick. Okay, my glasses would be okay. They need to slide up because it made my nose tickle. Okay. So if you join the mid-tier of my Patreon, one more person, I will allow you to pick 2 older comics out of my comic book collection and 1 new one, brand new, still never been taken out of the original plastic. Andrew and Backyard Chartist got to do that last night, so only one person left. One more person can join the mid-tier of my Patreon and pick 3 comics from my comic book collection, and I might toss a couple extra goodies in there, you don't know. But the other giveaway, okay, there's one more left. Hiccup. In the other giveaway, what you need to do is comment below, comment on this video when we talk about Daredevil, comment down below what your favorite part of the Daredevil trailer was, and then send me a screen cap proving that you've liked and subscribed, because I have trust issues. But send me a screen cap showing me you are liked and subscribed to the channel, and comment below your favorite part of the Daredevil trailer, and you will be entered into the other giveaway, which the winner will be announced tomorrow morning on tomorrow morning's stream, and I'll send you some stuff, a comic or maybe 2, probably 2. I'll send you a couple comics out of my comic book collection, but you gotta like and subscribe and send me a screen cap that you've done that, and comment your favorite part of the Daredevil trailer below. There's still plenty of room in that one. And tomorrow we got a bonus stream. I got a sweet treat for you kids. I am interviewing a writer-director by the name of Alejandro Montoya Marin. And he wrote and directed this indie film called Millennium Bugs, and it's really good. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Tabitha says hello. Hello, deranged lunatic, and hello, Tabitha. Hello, Jabba the Whoop. Jonathan Reyes, hello. Dreaming Tabitha said this was a cool place to check out. She might be right. I don't know, but I love her. Tell her thank you for me. The creative blue collar guy, hello. Kino, always when you're in the chat. And of course, Backyard Tardis, thank you for joining the mid-tier sexy nerdling. I'm going to change the name of those tiers. They just don't make sense. But thank you. Thank you so much. CEO Star Wars, hello, sir. Omari, what is up? And Music City, how's it going, guys? Everyone got their coffee? Everyone good? Everyone got their coffee? They ready to dig in? All right. We got 5 more minutes before we can go live on TikTok. Whatever. We're here now, and that's what matters. That's what matters. Okay. First up on our list, because I got a couple extra things. I'm just going to put this up here one more time because Tabitha is the bee's knees, and I love that she did that. Hope you guys like and subscribe and enter in the giveaways. Enter the giveaways. I have so many comics. If you look on my Twitter, you can see the giant pile of comic books I have for people to choose from. Okay. First up. James Cameron says Avatar Fire and Ash is 3 hours long. The Fire Clan are the villains, of course. And the Wind Traders will appear, a nomadic tribe that travels through the air. This is all as per Empire magazine. First of all, no shade to my dear friend Neville Page, who is one of the designers, concept artists, designers on these films. Love him to death. But I kind of forgot that this was happening. Is that bad? Is that bad that I forgot this was happening? I do feel kind of terrible. But 3 hours long. Are we okay with that? Like, I kind of feel like maybe it's just because I'm getting old or older, I will say, because I'm getting older. 3-hour movies are a flippin' challenge now to get through, right? Like, I have to pee, and there's never a good time to go do that. You always miss stuff. Loki Jar said, "What's up, pal? The Avatar movies make a lot of money and have no actual impact. No one can remember what happened in the last film." Yeah, and I've kind of, I'm going to keep that up there actually. I think I've watched it a couple times and it's still like, oh yeah, that happened. Sigourney Weaver played a 14-year-old child. It was a little strange. I liked the first one. First one was great. It was pretty groundbreaking. But the second one was like, it's one of those situations where you can tell, oh, hey, Rolando, what's up? What's up, dude? It's one of those situations where you can tell, like, yeah, you really didn't need to make this movie. You didn't really have any story left to tell necessarily. It felt kind of forced. Blue Collar says 3-hour movies need an intermission. Facts. That's what they did in the golden age of Hollywood. Remember watching stuff like, well, musicals, but Fiddler on the Roof was a super long movie and it had an intermission. South Pacific had an intermission. Like, both musicals, Danielle, both musicals. But still, you get my point. Like, the long movies had intermissions. I don't know why we don't do that anymore. I mean, our bladder control has certainly not improved over the years. Why do you think we have so many different brands of adult diapers? Just saying. Well, a 3-hour tour didn't do Gilligan's Island any favors. Fair enough. Oh, I love that. But it just, the last movie, The Way of Water, that's what it was called. The Way of Water, it just felt like they were kind of out of story to tell. And it felt forced. Like they had to really push it real good. So I can't imagine that I don't know. Maybe this one will be better. 3 hours plus trailers and ads in the theaters. Right. And not all theaters have those comfy seats yet. We all have bad backs now. Okay? Let's face it. It's not a bunch of teenagers they are going to go see Avatar movies. Teenagers are not. Oh, we can go live on the TikTok. Oh, if my phone will let me. Yeah, teenagers are not. Oh, it still won't let me. I guess my clock on my computer is fast. Strange. Yeah, teenagers aren't going to see Avatar. They're just not. If you have a story to tell, tell it. But come on, Lord of the Rings and Zack Snyder Justice League. I understand Avatar. Come on, yeah. Music City Soul. My mouse will work. I'm so spoiled. I'm not going unless it's a reclines. Exactly. Usually I don't go anymore unless I have a screener ticket, which I haven't been getting lately. I need to catch up on my reviews. Like, I'm not doing great. But yeah, it's it's a long movie, and the last felt forced. And again, teenagers aren't going to see this movie. It's us middle-aged folks, older people, and the seats are not comfortable anymore. We have to pee. So 3 hours feels like a really long time. Yes. Penny, no grandkids today. What? What? Nice little break though, right? Hello, Jackson over on TikTok. What's up, TikTok? My name is Danny. We are live talking nerdy news, all the cool stuff that's going on in sci-fi, fantasy, and comic book news in the last 24 hours. We're also live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, Twitter, and my website, comicsand.squarespace.com. So I'm going to do the best I can to keep up with all y'all. Adon, hello. Exactly, deranged lunatic. We all have bad backs after carrying the Biden administration for the last 4 years. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, man. Well, that's almost over. All right. Next up on the docket. Not that yet. Can anyone tell me what this is? And I'm going to try and show TikTok. Can y'all tell me what that is? Anyone? Bueller. So this got posted yesterday and then sent to me. Thank you, Comicology. Appreciate it. Ha ha ha. Avatar Fire and banned again from TikTok. That's hilarious. Yes. I'm watching my time. Last time I was 10 minutes into my live on TikTok and I got dropped. Pool Ghost and Chad. Hello. Paul Martin, hello. Yes, that is Sentry. That is, yes, it's a buckle. That is a Booster Gold bucket. No, it's not a Booster Gold buckle. It is the buckle for Sentry. It's the first look at Sentry's costume from Thunderbolts. What do we think about the Thunderbolts movie? Is there any hype for that at all? I'm not really seeing much. Honestly, I'm looking forward to Thunderbolts far more than Captain America Brave New World, which comes out in less than a month. And it's one of those situations where I keep forgetting about that. What's up, Eric, Michelle, and Owen Pork Chop? Yeah, I'm waiting to see the rest of the suit too. So far, it's a nice belt buckle. Yeah, I hope they do it justice. I enjoy Lewis Pullman, Bill Pullman's son. He's an actor. Music City Soul is hyped for the Thunderbolts movie. Kino is not, and neither is Loki. Go figure. Way more than Cap 4, no questions. They haven't done the Captain America Brave New World any justice with the marketing at all, especially since it's had twice the movie's budget in reshoots. That just can't be a good sign. Unless it is. Very rarely is it a really good sign. It was for Skeleton Crew. I am happy to report, which we will discuss again in a minute. Because I can't stop talking about it. I really, really liked it. Excuse me. Last Marvel movie I watched was Deadpool and Wolverine. It was a good one. It's a really, really good one. Loki says Thunderbolts will be too comedic. They want to make it into Guardians, but they lost the guy who made those. Facts. Yeah, there's kind of a, I guess, a bit of a vacuum in the underdog, the funny underdog team. So they're trying to get that back. Hello, Nobody Special and Chef Baldy. Hello, hello, hello. I want to be hyped for these movies again. I do. I want to be hyped for these movies again. But they've kind of done that to themselves. They really have. When you've put out so much content in a short amount of time that's just subpar, that happens. And in fact, platforms like YouTube warn YouTubers about that. They literally say, try not to put out so much subpar content because it lowers your chances of being picked up by the algorithm. And people will tune out. They're like, oh, this sucks. I'm not going to check out anything else they do because obviously this sucks. I mean, humanity doesn't have separate rules in that regard. Like, just because you're Marvel doesn't mean you're immune to the effects of what happens when you put out a shit sandwich. Deranged Lunatic says, I haven't even given the Thunderbolt movie a single thought. It's hard to believe it's coming out before too long. Like Captain America Brave New World. I'm really like, oh yeah, that's coming out in less than a month. It's crazy. I forget about it. Like, I hate to do this comparison after I adjust my chair. The wheels on this thing are not great, guys. They're just not great. I hate to make this comparison, but it's kind of like how the Craven movie was for me. It just, I kept forgetting that it existed. Can't get this stupid tripod to work right. Okay, I think that's not better. It's not. Work with me, guys. I'm a work in progress. Stupid thing. In my defense, in its defense, I guess, rather, it is broken. But yeah, it's kind of like the Craven movie to me. I kept forgetting that Craven was coming out. And I keep forgetting that Captain America Brave New World is coming out. I know it exists, but right now it's kind of like it exists as almost a meme. It exists solely as crazy production news. Oh, man. For us nerds' sake, I really hope that it's like a skeleton crew thing. Because for literally years, about 2 years solid, I heard that Skeleton Crew was going to be crap. It's terrible. But then we watch it and it's wonderful. It's perfect. It's just exactly what Star Wars needed. And I was super, super surprised. Absolutely surprised. Hello, Vibe King. Hello, Wet Dreams, Verda, Chris. That's a heck of a name, man. That's super awkward to say. Kino says, been burned by the studios one too many times. I was cautiously optimistic about Deadpool, but I have zero faith in Disney Marvel. Yeah, they've kind of burned us. So, oh my. All right, what's next? Here's another set of Marvel news for you guys. Doctor Strange 3 and Shang-Chi 2 will not start filming until 2026. So next year. I'm going to be 60 years old by the time we actually get to see the movies that we want. I do like Doctor Strange. I have Doctor Strange stuff back here. Some of you can see. Hello, Donald and Mama Sass and user 382. Hello. Yeah. Shang-Chi was good. I mean, it wasn't the worst Marvel movie. Had some great action scenes. I love anything with Trevor Slattery. Okay. Will not be filming. End statement. Yeah, some of them get, yeah. I don't know if Shang-Chi 2 is going to happen. I don't have a lot of faith that that's actually going to happen, honestly. It's kind of been in production hell for the last couple of years. I want to be excited, but it's going to take a lot for the studios to win back my trust and money. As it should. As it should. Studios should have to really earn your money. They should earn that. They should earn your trust. I'm very happy that DC Studios is picking up steam because that is creating competition between DC and Marvel. And that is a good thing. That's always a good thing. If you study any kind of economics, you know that competition is what breeds innovation. Innovation, and it lights a fire under their butts. So if you have DC actually performing at the box office and streaming too, that gives Marvel competition, and they've never really had it this whole time. Marvel has had basically a monopoly on comic book movies for how long now? Almost 20 years. Almost 20 years. They have been performing, I mean, heads and tails above DC. So that made them complacent. And they figured, well, they're watching all this stuff, so they'll watch whatever we put out more. But one, it's a bubble. Bubbles burst. And two, complacency. They got lazy. They got real lazy. And they're like, sure, get rid of the writer's room. Get rid of showrunners. Just use ChatGPT. Whatever. And what did that do? That gave us Secret Invasion, the show that shall not be named. Hashtag justice for Maria Hill. Thank you. And if the Todd father and Blumhouse can get their stuff together, Spawn reboot will light another fire under the big two's asses. True. I'd love to see a new Spawn movie. I'd love to. It's been almost 20 years. 2008 is when Iron Man came out. But yeah, I'd like to see a new Spawn movie. I'm old enough to remember how excited everyone was in 1997 when that one came out. Malboja. What what terrifying VFX that was, even for 97. I did enjoy John Leguizamo as the clown. That was good stuff. But yeah, we just don't know. Well, yes, but Marvel didn't do that, sweetheart. I was talking about how long Marvel has been killing it at the box office. So 2005 Batman Begins came out, yes, but that was Warner Brothers DC project. Marvel came out 2008 and has owned the comic book, or Marvel as in Iron Man came out 2008, and Marvel has owned the comic book movie field, whatever genre, since. Absolutely. And they've had zero competition from DC because whatever they were putting out just really wasn't competition. And what killed me is that they wanted to compete. They actually tried to compete, but they did it wrong. Instead of building a good foundation and putting out individual hero movies and allowing us to form an emotional connection and become emotionally invested into these characters. They threw it out in one ensemble movie first. I mean, really. And they allowed Joss Whedon to absolutely butcher it. It was one of the most insulting things I've ever seen a filmmaker do to another filmmaker. Um, but absolutely butcher it, and that earned them zero goodwill. Zero goodwill with the fan base, and it just trashed the Snyderverse. They did Snyder or the fans no justice. I want to say I do enjoy Zack Snyder's films. I do. Um, I like him as a filmmaker, but I'm happy with the direction the DCU is going now, and I'm not sitting here cutting myself because Zack Snyder's not making comic book movies anymore. That's just stupid. It's just a movie. It's not that serious. Loki, they still don't have competition from DCU. MCU killed itself without help, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm saying they're now starting to get competition. Once Superman comes out, then we'll know. If Superman is as good as we hope it is, which it needs to be, because if it is not, there goes the DCU. That's done. But if Superman does well, then Marvel has real competition. Real competition. And I think they're already considering that. I mean, they better be. I hope so. If they have any, I mean, that's a big ask to expect anyone, Marvel executives, to have half a brain, but I think they are anticipating that being actual competition. And if you notice, the Fantastic Four movie information has been totally locked. Locked down. Locked down. When they know they have something, they leak nothing. Nothing. But when they don't, they start leaking a bunch of stuff to try and drum up hype. Hello, Chase, Jim, Draco Dragons. Hello. How are you? All right. Here we go. James Mangold is determined to make his Swamp Thing movie a standalone gothic horror. Quoting, "While I'm sure DC views Swamp Thing as a franchise, I would be viewing it as a very simple, clean, gothic horror movie." And this comes from MovieWeb. I think that's a good perspective to have. I don't think they should ever go into a movie thinking, "Oh, we're going to have like 10 more of these," because it does kind of breed a bit of that complacency, I think. Like, "Oh, we don't have to do that now. We can do that later." I think the sole focus for any movie, I don't care what it is, the sole focus should be that movie. Just making a really good movie. Just make that movie a good movie. And if it's a franchise that is wanted, that will happen. But you got to make that one really good. Making it a standalone, good for them. Simple, clean, standalone. Just focus on the basics of good filmmaking. Hello, Jim and Chase. I already said that. Hello again. Loki. Loki says, "I never want to hear from Mangold again, frankly." Kino, please just spin off a Justice League Dark series and bring in Constantine. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I love Constantine. I love Justice League Dark. I like that mystical, magical stuff. I like Swamp Thing. He's not the character that I think a lot of people expect him to be. He's not just this plant guy. Sorry. He's not just some plant guy. He's mystical. He's very mystical. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know. Dial of Destiny. I know. But also Logan. So but he's mystical. He's connected to the green. He's this protective spirit. He's got a crazy tragic backstory. Only if they keep the same guy who played it, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is Constantine. I'm kind of like back and forth on him. I hate the bad dye job they have on him. That's the hairstylist in me. Hello, son of the bat. Hello. Oh, I have that, or I don't remember that, Loki. The thing he said about the Star Wars movie. So tell me about that. I don't know. I think Matt Ryan did better than Keanu Reeves. I like the Keanu Reeves movie. Okay, I do. I like it. But it's not really Constantine. It's not really Constantine. Constantine is British, for one. I don't know why they had to change that and his trench coat. I'm picking petty things. I'm aware, but there's other stuff. Music City Soul says, I don't mind this approach for Swamp Thing. It should basically be in its own corner. Then whenever they go down that route, put it exactly. I don't know why that came down. Exactly. That is what made the MCU work so well when it first came out in 2008. They made these movies like little bubbles. Okay? They made individual films. Good, simple films. And then when the time came, they put it all together and it worked beautifully because we were informed and emotionally invested into these characters. That's what made the MCU work. Patience, basically. Patience and putting effort into it. That's how that works. So I'm kind of here for it too. And making it a gothic horror that feels right. That feels right for Swamp Thing. And you could get Constantine in a Swamp Thing movie. I mean, again, that would kind of go against the whole kind of encapsulating it into its own thing. But Constantine and Swamp Thing do have dealings together on several occasions. So, okay. Loki Jarson says Mangold doesn't want his Star Wars movie connected to any established lore to free. Okay, yeah, I remember that now. Mangold wants to make his own Star Wars that's not connected to Star Wars, and that feels weird. They need to stop saying things like that. They need to stop things like that, and they need to stop saying things like oh, this movie is really gonna blow people away because it's totally different. We took a huge risk. We were really brave with this. I'm like, stop saying that, because every time you say that, we hate it. We absolutely hate it. You've done something horrible that we hate. So please stop saying that. Just stop talking. Stop talking. Okay? Just say, I'm very excited about this film. There you go. We've worked really hard. Very excited about this film. Hello, Casey. Hello, user. Hello, Jose. Keanu or Kino says Keanu rocking an English accent again. Take my money. He did not rock an English accent in that film. I don't know where you heard him rock an English accent, because I don't even think he did that in Much Ado About Nothing. He's one of those actors that can't do accents. Him and Kevin Costner. Oh my God. Someone tell my best friend that I'm live and to quit texting me. I'm going to have to tell her. And I wish I could show you the picture she sent me of some ceramic sculpture that has a pina. Like, why are you sending that to me? Please stop. And if she was my best friend, she would know that I'm live because she would be watching. But thanks, jerk. Thanks. Okay. Stunning, brave, different, modern audience. Red flag buzzwords. Hard agree. Stop saying that stuff. It's scary. Okay? Those are scary words now. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Let's say he attempted. You're right. He attempted and it was awful. So there's your proof. Ever since then, they've told him, don't do accents, Keanu. Don't do it. You're not good at it. You're no good. Creative blue collar guy. Like my mouse will work. I do like that movie, but it was Keanu's best work. Gary Oldman saved that movie. Yeah, Gary Oldman is kind of the best. Everyone loves the Dracula movie from the 90s. Everyone. Hello, Goose. Hello, hello. Day. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's very small on my phone. If I could get TikTok to send me my stream key, I'd be able to read your stuff better. Dare Realist. Hello. Why isn't she watching? Exactly, Kino. And I'm going to tell her about this. I really hope she tunes in because I texted back. I said live now. She will hear it from me later. And my thick shoulders. That's an inside joke that I will probably never elaborate on. Was not his best work. Okay. No, it wasn't. I just really love Dracula, but yeah, no, that English accent not good on Keanu. And check it out. Check it out. That's my face on a Severance bubble. Because of course I played with the Severance bubble website. Very excited about Severance. All right, and here we have it. Our Sergeant Rock talk. So, in case you have not heard, DC is doing a Sergeant Rock film, and it's starring Daniel Craig as Sergeant Rock. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. So I don't know a whole lot about Sergeant Rock. So I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know a whole bunch about it. His comics came out in the late 50s. I know that. He was created by Robert Kaner and Joe Kubert. Yes, I'm on Wikipedia. I know, like I said, I know just hardly anything about him. But I know he led Easy Company and they dealt with like crazy stuff. Like he's teamed up with vampires and werewolves and zombies and fought zombies and Nazis and stuff. So I don't know much about what's going to happen or the plot in that movie, which is a good thing. We don't want to be too spoiled on this stuff. Again, it's the studios that leak information because they're trying to drum up hype. So they haven't leaked much about it yet. However, where's it at? We do know that they are filming next year the Sergeant Rock movie, and Daniel Craig is playing Sergeant Rock. When I posted about Josh Brolin in talks to join the DCU, a lot of people on Threads, and I mean hundreds, hundreds of people on Threads were calling for Brolin to play Sergeant Rock. This thing is not wanting to work with me again. There we go. They were calling for Brolin to play Sergeant Rock. However, it's Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig, James Bond, is playing Sergeant Rock. What do you think about that? I love Daniel Craig. He's my second favorite James Bond. My second favorite. Mm-hmm. Hello. Is it Danceel Nimbona? Hello. Wet Dreams is back. That's so awkward to say. Nah. You want Brolin to be Batman. Here's the thing. I've got bad news for you, Music City Soul. Brolin is old. He was like a teenager when I was in single digits. He's like 10 years older than me, and I'm old. He's almost 60 if he's not already. So he's way too old to play Batman, especially by James Gunn's standards, what he wants to cast that role in. We've got a younger Superman who is no one. I didn't know anything about David Cornsweet until I heard that he got cast as Superman. I just didn't. So he's not a huge name. He is now. He's getting there, but not a big name. That's how James Gunn casts. That's how he does that. And for Batman, he wants someone who's around the same age as Superman, maybe a couple of years older. And as per his MO, it's probably going to be someone that's not an A-list crazy big star. So there are some speculations that it's Jonathan Bailey, and I've said that. I thought, maybe it's Jonathan Bailey because he and Jonathan Bailey started following each other on Instagram a while back. Scott Eastwood has said he wants to play the Bat, but also Alan Ritchson. And if you look at the silhouette of Batman that appeared in Creature Commandos, he's built like a Frank Miller Batman, which is how Alan Ritchson is built. And he really, really wants to play Batman. And he's been in DC stuff before. He was totally wasted as an actor on Titans. To be fair, Titans originally came out as a streaming series for DC's failed attempt at their own streaming service, DC Universe. And then it got bought by HBO Max. And it finished out there. Hire Alan for the best Kino. Yes, let's do it. Music City Soul, fair point. I can see the vision for a lesser name. Yeah, because a big name can be distracting. You go in seeing that character as the actor instead of the other way around. I think so. I'm still saying Brainiac for Josh. What do you guys think? You want to see Josh Brolin as Brainiac? Let me know. Alan indeed was wasted. Yes, he was. Not drunk. I hear he's sober-ish. Loki. Of course Loki's going to be a cad. Some Max movie no one can care about. The only thing I've ever seen, the only media, motion picture show, whatever, of Sergeant Rock is the DC showcase they did 6 years ago, 2019, was Sergeant Rock DC showcase. It's like a 15-minute thing, and it was animated, 15-minute animation, voiced by Carl Urban. That's the only thing I've ever seen of Sergeant Rock. Because, come on, Sergeant Rock's like a bit of a deep cut. I mean, he's not a household DC name. He's just not. That's not throwing shade. That's just stating a fact. Brew, hey Kelly. Two-tone bet. Hello. Nathaniel. Hello. Big name energy costs more. It does. Big names cost a lot of money. And DC has no money. Warner Brothers has no money. They have some Dune money and some Barbie money left over, but they don't have money for DC. DC has to prove itself, which is good. Forcing a studio to prove itself is exactly what should always happen. It should always happen. It should. Makes them work for it. Okay. Okay. So now that we've discussed all of that, another thing that I am ashamed to say I keep forgetting about is the Star Trek Section 31 movie is coming out next week, next Friday. I like Star Trek. I do. I've always liked Star Trek, and I've never been ashamed of it, and I never will be, because Star Trek is awesome. You can't compare Star Trek and Star Wars, so don't do that. It's like comparing apples to oranges. It's comparing Marvel to DC. Yeah, they're both publishing publications, but the whole point of everything they do is totally different. And it's the same thing with Star Trek and Star Wars. Yes, they're both in the sci-fi genre, but Star Trek has the one thing no other sci-fi ever has. We fixed it. Every sci-fi everything ever, let's say, that has ever come into existence has shown you red flags about careless advancement of technology and society. Be careful, because this could happen, or this will happen. Watch yourself. There's always some big issue with overpopulation and machines taking over and running out of resources, etc. With Star Trek, they fixed it. You see what I'm saying? They fixed it. They don't have any more war. They're not ravaged by disease. They've solved world hunger. They've solved every problem there is within Earth. Okay. So don't, you know what I'm saying? They solved all of Earth's natural problems: war, disease, hunger, hating each other. They've solved all of that. Everything it's a utopian society. They don't need money anymore. They don't work for money anymore. They work for satisfaction and personal improvement. I think that's pretty awesome. Hello, Cozy and Beanie. They've solved all their problems at home, so they're able to go out and explore for funsies and the betterment of the human race. You know, you gotta learn to grow to learn. That's what's so different about Star Trek and Star Wars. That's what makes Star Trek so completely different from everything else. It's like, fixed it, moving on, let's go, onward. Section 31 is pretty interesting because Section 31 has been the most mysterious and what's the word I'm looking for? Because words are hard. It's mysterious, covert offshoot of Starfleet. They go around fixing the timeline. So say Captain Picard accidentally gets thrown back in time and knocks over a coffee cup, and all of a sudden that leads to, the Borg taking over. Section 31 is the unit that's tasked with correcting that stuff. And they're known to be kind of shady a-holes. Like, they'll show up and just force you to help them. So it makes sense that Captain Georgia here, Michelle Yeoh's character, is the one involved in this Section 31 movie. So kind of looking forward to that. Personally, do I have any Trek fans in either chats that are looking forward to it? Let me know in the comments below. Alrighty. Now, real quick. I love Skeleton Crew. I love it. And the Acolyte stands are having a really hard time with how much everyone loves Skeleton Crew. I have seen some batshit crazy comments come out about this. First of all, enjoy this shot of my son Neil being blasted. It's the moment my soul left my body while watching the finale. Poor Neil almost got blown to bits. This kid did amazing in this role. Pay him all the money, give him all the awards. This kid's got a long career ahead of him. Back here, I'm a Trek fan, but not big on Section 31. You killjoy. No, I like the dark, mysterious, time traveling jerkwads. I want to check that out. I'm very, very interested in seeing what happens there. Hello, Carlos, Lord Pickington. Hello. Skeleton Crew was fun, man. That finale was wild. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But the Acolyte people, the 5 Acolyte people, or they're robots, I don't know, are having a really hard time. They are big mad. This is the first time in my life that I can recall seeing Star Wars not wanting Star Wars to do well. They're mad that people enjoy Skeleton Crew, and they're saying that both shows were not given a fair shot. Someone told me last night that it's people like me, it's YouTubers like me, it's my fault that the Acolyte didn't do well. Huh? They're saying that instead of just watching the show, people listened to influencers and YouTubers who told them it was crap, so they didn't watch it. 2 things, maybe 3, I don't know. I'm not good at math, which you're about to find out. 1, that's how reviews work. That's how reviews work. You have a critic, reviews something, puts it out there, tells people what you think. Chances are some general audience is going to read that. I'm like, well, I'm not wasting time on that. I always watch everything to find out for myself. I trust my own opinion, period. However, they're claiming people like Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers killed the audience for the Acolyte before it even got a chance. This person told me last night that right after the episode dropped, people were talking trash, saying it wasn't even good. Well, that's because they watched it. They watched it. And they're saying that since, and I'm saying I'm not saying their name because I'm not going to sit here and I'm not like that. I'm not going to sit there and dox them. If you were on my Twitter last night, then you saw it. But they're saying that no one was talking trash about Skeleton Crew. So, people gave it a shot. And also there was one white guy in it. So it didn't get the hate. Stop it. Stop it. Listen, I've been saying for 2 years that Skeleton Crew wasn't going to be any good. And by your logic, that means at least 25 million people wouldn't have tuned in. I was wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. But here's where this person's logic is horribly flawed. You are telling me, you're telling everyone that YouTubers convinced. Now, Nick explained this to me Nick explained this to me last night, so I'm going to try. So thank you, Backyard Dardist, for this. I'm going to try to. I can't stop touching my hair. I'm going to try to repeat this because it's sound logic. You're trying to say that YouTubers like me convince the 50 million Disney Plus subscribers, the over 100 million people who throw money at any Star Trek or any the 100 million plus people that throw money at any Star Wars film that drops in theaters, and the hundreds of millions of general audience people, you're telling me that YouTubers convince those hundreds of millions of people not to watch The Acolyte. Bullshit. There's no way. There is no way that YouTubers like me and Nerdrotic, I'm nothing like Nerdrotic, but you get what I'm saying. We turn the tide. We're more powerful than we realize. That's not true. That's not true. Acolyte started off really strong because it had an amazing trailer. It had a really good trailer, and a bunch of people tuned in for those first 2 episodes. I mean, a lot of people tuned in. But the problem is they tuned in and they watched it, and it wasn't any good. And so every single week, the numbers started dropping off drastically. You want to sit here and tell me to my keyboard, to my phone screen, that people trash The Acolyte without even watching it? That's not true. I have proof. I did a full-blown watch party for The Acolyte on TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Kick. I did a full series watch party live every week, not just with myself, but with other YouTubers and podcasters on camera and in the chat. And none of us liked it. We weren't hate watching. It's just that that's what I'd set up for the next 2 months. Like that. That was my schedule. Okay. So that's what we watched. And it just kind of devolved into this. What am I watching? They spent $200 million on a show that had a flimsy plot, clunky dialogue, and so many what the moments that we could not keep track of. They marketed the first live action Jedi Wookiee like he was the centerpiece of the show. They created press events for this Wookiee Jedi, only to have this guy on screen for 1 minute 45 seconds and then kill him off screen. Shut up. That show was an insult. It was absolutely insulting. And I don't care what anyone says. You're not going to gaslight me into believing that misogyny and racism killed that show. You're not going to, because it's not true. You're not going to gaslight me into believing that. It is insulting to reduce someone to one superficial characteristic. It is insulting. That is racism and bigotry. That's what that is. I am physically disabled, but I also have brown eyes, brown hair. I like nerdy stuff. I like cooking from scratch and growing my own produce. I'm stubborn. I'm annoying. There's so many different layers to me than just being disabled. I'm not a box to check. And everyone should be absolutely offended and insulted beyond belief when something like that about them becomes their sole identity and a box to check for someone else to show how kind they are. Look at how kind. No, that's reductive. It's reductive. And that is what bigotry and racism is, because you are more than just the color of your skin and who you choose to sleep with. You are so much more than that. You have a soul. Come on. That's what that show did. It reduced people of color and their sexualities to a box being checked off. The script seemed like it was written by Chat GPT. We've lost everyone on TikTok, by the way. Literally everyone. No one is watching on TikTok now. What does that tell you? The script was awful. The acting was the only one who really pulled off the acting was Soul. And poor Carrie Ann Moss, who got killed off right away. The idea that a Jedi Master would take his own life over something that was not his fault is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Skeleton Crew is doing well because Skeleton Crew was done well. It was written well. There was time, effort, passion put into it. They have amazing actors. They had a fantastic, intriguing plot that continued to do better every single week. That is why Skeleton Crew is doing well. Skeleton Crew is a reverse Acolyte. Because of the Acolyte, because of how bad it was, people were gun shy about trying another Skeleton Crew show. And it wasn't just the Acolyte. Book of Boba Fett was not good either. Like, there were other Star Wars shows that just burnt fans. Just absolutely burnt them. So by the time Skeleton Crew came along, people were like, I'm scared. I don't want to check this out. But people did check it out. And word of mouth started traveling around, which is the best marketing. The best marketing. You get word of mouth going, people start watching, the numbers start to improve. Every single week, the numbers for Skeleton Crew improved. Because it was good. It's a reverse Acolyte. So don't come to me and tell me that both shows weren't given a fair shot. You're absolutely right. You're right. Acolyte got an even more fair shot than Skeleton Crew did. But Skeleton Crew performed. Acolyte didn't. Skeleton Crew is one of the best Star Wars shows to come out since season 2 of Mandalorian. That was Acolyte's biggest audience. People who watch clips on TikTok, not the show. You're right. They're all gone. TikTok has definitely told me, like, nope, we're not sending people to you anymore. I mean, they're probably going to be banned in a couple days anyway. We don't know. We've heard that before. We hear that all the time. People are so panicked. Oh my God, TikTok's going to get banned. We've heard that every couple of years and then nothing happens. So calm down. It's not that serious. This right here of Wim and Fern, this is probably my favorite shot of the whole show. And I got super jealous. Happy for and jealous of this kid. There we go. As soon as it happened. He is living every Star Wars kid's dream in this scene. And you can see it in his eyes. He got to do the cool thing. The cool ignite the lightsaber thing. Like every kid who's ever watched Star Wars has done in front of their mirror with everything from a hairbrush to a wrapping paper tube. Like what I wouldn't have given to be a child and get to to do something like that. Like, that's super, super cool. Good for him. Oh, I'm going to invite my brother. My brother is on TikTok. Is it not? It's not letting me do anything on TikTok now. Like, I can't click things. I wonder what they've done. Let's try this. I'm going to shut it down and start it again, because why not? Why not? Resume. Yes. Okay. So, oh, now it's all wobbly again. But yeah, this was super cool. What I wouldn't have given to been in a Star Wars when I was a child. That would have been so freaking cool. Okay. So, last but not least, Daredevil Born Again. This was an awesome trailer. I really hope that the quality is consistent with the actual show. I really do. Look at this shot. This is like the best shot in the whole trailer. It's absolutely beautiful. I said it yesterday. The whole frame tells a story and makes you want to find out the answer to all of this. Why is the helmet falling? Why is it missing a horn? What's going on down there? Why do we see is this emergency vehicles? We see ambulance, police. We see stuff on the ground here. Did someone fall? Look at all this. Look at this. There's someone over here. Well, let me zoom in. No, it's not letting me zoom in. But look how interesting it is. Look at all the questions it asks. Super interested. Super, super interested. Yeah, I really think TikTok is like shadow banned me or something now. Because I restarted the live. There's still no one. And usually people just like bloop, tune right in every single time while they're scrolling through. I guarantee you they're not showing me to anyone. Because I said, I don't like the Acolyte. I don't like it. But this frame right here, I think, intrigues me more than anything in this trailer. I'm really looking forward to March 4th. Very interested to see how the show does. But just like everything, just like every single show and movie I talk about, I wait until I actually watch it before I make a judgment. Backyard TARDIS, let me catch up with the comments. Backyard TARDIS, I looked last night, Nerdrotic only has 1.3 million followers, and his videos on the Acolyte got 300,000 views. Yeah, that doesn't translate to 200 million people, folks. Hey, Nicole. Hello. Yes, that whole situation made her angry. Hello, hashtag mini wrench girl. It makes me very angry. And Amanda Stein said they did racism. I know. And that was super cringe, her doing that gyration. They're making me do the puzzle thing. Okay. Yeah, that was super weird. People are trolls, Acolyte, and the internet. I'm trying to put that one together, sweetheart. The Acolyte just didn't do well, and there are some people angry that Skeleton Crew did, and that's super weird to me. Why would half of Star Wars or a small portion of Star Wars want the other Star Wars to fail? That's so stupid. Like they were very angry yesterday. Very angry. Yeah, we talked about that. You're upset. Blue collar guy says you've upset the mighty algorithm again. I have. I'm really good at that. Still no one there. That's just insane to me. But yeah, what do you guys think of Daredevil, the trailer? Tell me all about it. And remember, we're doing a giveaway. All right. So if you want 3 comic books, if you want to win 3 comic books, you have to join at least the mid-tier of my Patreon. The next person who joins the mid-tier of my Patreon, I'm going to contact you, and you get to pick 2 old comics and 1 new comic, and I will send it out to you. But you got to join the mid-tier of my Patreon. Let me throw that link up for you. There she is. For you to take that, it's patreon.com/comics. And I don't know why I'm saying that, because there's literally no one there. There's no one there. So go to this link right here. There's room for 1 more person. I mean, if other people want to sign up, that would be super awesome. But go to patreon.com/comics and sign up for the mid-tier. And I will reach out and send you some clips, and you tell me which comic books you want. Nick here at Backyard TARDIS got to pick his last night. He did. He's so awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. You have no idea how much it helps. No idea. But check out Patreon mid-tier, and you get 3 comics. Now, if you would like 1 comic or maybe a bonus, I don't know, the winner for that contest is tomorrow morning, at tomorrow morning stream. In order to win that, you have to like this video, be subscribed, send me a screen cap that shows you liked the video and you are subscribed, and comment below what your favorite part of the Daredevil Born Again trailer was. Okay? Like and subscribe, screen cap, comment about Daredevil below. And I will announce the winner tomorrow morning on tomorrow morning's Daily Dose of Dork. So, remember all that. For 3 comics and some goodies, join the Patreon. Only 1 person gets to win that. Join the Patreon at the mid-tier. You get to pick 3 comics. Okay? The second one, like and subscribe, take a screen cap, comment about Daredevil below on this stream or yesterday's stream, and I pick the winner tomorrow morning. There are other ways you can support the channel if that's all you're interested in. Thank you. You can scan this QR code up here. It will take you to buymeacoffee.com/comicsandmua, and you can tip me as little or as much as you like. So that's this QR code up here on the YouTubes. Hey, we got someone on TikTok. It's telling me 0, but there's someone there. Hi, Robert. How are you? Just go to buymeacoffee.com/comicsandmua, and you can tip me as little or as much as you like. You can also go to Cash App, $ DanielleSoncasie. That's pronounced Soncasie. I know it looks like Soncasie or Suncasey, but it is not. I assure you, it is Soncasie. But you go there, you can tip me as little or as much as you like as well. I'm also on Etsy. I have an Etsy store. It's mixandcosmetics.etsy.com. And you can get all kinds of super cool nerdy merch. I've got designs for Skeleton Crew and Ahsoka. I've got some cool Night Mother digital paintings I've done. Dune Prophecy. I'd like to do a digital painting of Dune Prophecy. I should do that. Even House of the Dragon. I got some cool stuff on there, so check that out. And I am sponsored by Apotheosis Compton Lounge in St. Louis, Missouri. That's right. If you're in or around the St. Louis area, it's a bar. It's a comic book bar. Comic book store and bar. And it's an arcade. And you can buy games and apparel and collectibles. It's super, super cool. But if you don't live in or around the St. Louis area, don't worry. I got you covered. Go to shopapotheosis.com/comics and you can buy anything that they have in store. Anything? Anything. If you use code comics and at checkout, you get 10% off. It's a super great deal. I highly recommend using that for a comic book subscription. They have those. They're super cool. You should check them out. So shopapotheosis.com/comics and use comics and at checkout for 10% off today. Today. Also, I'm a member of the Red 5 Network. We are a collection of nerdy content creators and podcasters. And we have a podcast for everything. You like Star Wars? We got lots of those. You like comic books? Yo, there's a lot of them. So go to red5.bio.link to check out all your Red 5 family podcasts and content creators. Hey there, Aaron. You've popped in right at the last moment. Oh, thank you, Backyard Tarts. Thank you. If you join my Patreon, you do get behind the scenes outtakes. I owe you guys outtakes on the Cornemic interview, and that will happen. I promise. Just super, super busy right now. For those who don't know, we got a family member who's very ill, who's terminally ill. It's very sad, and it's taking a lot of time. So prayers are nice. Everyone needs prayer, but we could especially use some right now. But unfortunately, it does take a lot of time away, as it should, from podcasting. So I'm a little behind. I'm a little behind on the outtakes from the Corndemic interview, which is up on my YouTube and Patreon. But as soon as I'm done, it goes exclusively on Patreon. Okay? Only Patreon gets the outtakes and the behind the scenes. And there's a bunch on there from many other videos in the past. And they're so cringe, they're funny. So enjoy that. There's also behind the scenes, or I already said that. I don't know why I repeated myself that weirdly, because words are hard. But there's also Ask Me Anything. Like, you can ask me anything there. You can start a conversation. You can request breakdowns and videos. You can request videos. That is the only place where I will accept a request. And only my patrons get to do that. And early access. All my pre-recorded edited videos drop on Patreon first. Always. So, and you get merch every 3 months for the first year. I can't believe I almost forgot to tell you that. So there you go. Yes, hashtag we are Red 5. But guys, that's all I've got for you today in the world of nerdy news. Don't forget, tomorrow we have 2 streams. 2 streams tomorrow. The first one is your regular daily dose of dork with me, with your coffee, which mine is now cold. And then at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, I will be interviewing writer-director. Where'd my brain go? I will be interviewing writer-director Alejandro Montoya Marin, and he wrote and directed the film Millennium Bugs. If you would like to watch that film, I'm going to drop it in the chat right now. It should be everywhere. I should drop that everywhere. But if you want to watch the movie, I've dropped it in the chat on the bigger platforms, so check that out. I will tweet that out later. But definitely check out that movie. If you came of age around Y2K, this is definitely for you. So check that out. But that's all I got for you guys today. I've been Danny. You guys have been awesome. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Okay? But make sure you keep an eye out, because